What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. I'm sure you guys have seen the PDP podium that collapsed in Kebbi State during their governorship campaign rally.
Oh yeah, any pastor, you know my way. Any pastor, you know my way. Any pastor, you know your way.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me for laughing. I didn't mean to laugh, but Koido is here making all kinds of funny faces, so I just had to laugh. It's so funny because he was just casting out the devil when that happened. Anyway, jokes aside, I hope that everyone on that stage is okay. But you know what's funny was PDP's response to the incident. You know, PDP chairman in Kebbi, Malam Haruna, described the incidents as a mischievous and dry video clip orchestrated by APC. I don't get it. In case you're watching, so are you saying that APC doctored the video that we saw, or they were the ones that pushed your people on the stage? We like to deceive ourselves. When would we start taking responsibility is what I don't know. You failed to construct a good stage for yourselves. They probably gave the contract to somebody that made a lot of money, and you know, the person pocketed their money and did a wudu job for them. And you know, Nigerians, big mouth, they've been talking. They are already asking how PDP will build a country if they cannot build a solid stage. Not be me talking, these are just Nigerians. Anyway, the man also said that the incident was just an expression of the overwhelming support that PDP enjoyed in Kebbi. In other words, he was saying that there were lots of people at the venue because people loved them, and that was why the stage collapsed. I tell you, it's so hard to help someone that is in denial. First of all, I'm pretty sure that not everyone had to be on that stage. In fact, there will be some of them that would have noticed that this thing is a little bit shaky, you know, but they will still stay, just so that they could be seen up there. Some of them will have the attitude of, how can they hold me come to this event and I won't be up there? Don't you know who I am? I'm the local government chairman, I'm the councillor, I'm the treasurer, I'm the this, I'm that. I belong up there. Everybody that feels like they are big would want to be up there, you know, even if they have no part in the program. Now, the PDP chairman also said that there were no serious injuries, which is wonderful. He said except 2 people, and those 2 people had been taken to the hospital. But while these politicians have been taken care of, we know that they will be taken care of. In fact, don't be surprised if some of them decide to go abroad for treatment. Unfortunately, this is a reflection of what happens to regular people every day in Nigeria. People are dying on our roads because someone pocketed the money meant for constructing our roads. People are dying in our hospitals because some people ate the money that was meant to equip our hospitals. During Obasanjo's tenure, in which Atiku Abubakar was the vice president, they claimed that they spent $16 billion on our electricity. Not million, no, $billion. Okay, not only did they not fix our electricity, but our electricity actually got worse after that. Today, every household in Nigeria has power generator. I saw a video where a Kenyan opposition leader, Raila Odinga, you guys remember Raila that was trying to be president? Well, there's a video of him where he was ridiculing Nigeria.
Your Excellency, let me tell you a story.
He ridiculed Nigerian officials at their anti-corruption conference. I'm not sure how true the story is, but he said that a former Nigerian minister of roads and transportation went to Malaysia and met with their own minister of road and transportation, and they took him around and he saw all the development in Malaysia, all the roads that they've built. And then in the evening time, the Nigerian minister was invited to the home of the Malaysian minister for dinner, and then this happened.
He found a nice mansion, the swimming pool, and nice sofa sets and dinner sets. He asked his host, how did you manage this house? The host took him to the balcony and showed him, look yonder. Do you see that highway there? Yes, 10% here.
And then he said after that, the Malaysian Minister of Transportation also went to Nigeria, and that the same thing happened, that they took him around Nigeria to show him the potholes in Nigeria.
2 years later, it was the turn of the Malaysian to pay a return visit. When he went to Nigeria, he was taken around the roads. You saw roads were potholed, some of them untarmacked, and very poor condition, very poor state of affairs.
And then he said that later in the evening, the Malaysian minister was also invited to dinner at the home of the Nigerian minister. And then he said this happened.
And he found a palatial mansion Olympic-sized swimming pool. The sofa sets were imported from Britain. Most of the chinaware were golden.
So according to him, the Malaysian minister was wondering how the Nigerian minister was able to afford the beautiful house and the big swimming pool and everything else.
How do you achieve all this? He took him to the balcony. And so, do you see that highway there? The Malaysian could see nothing. He was told 100% here.
Okay, so I don't know if that particular story is true, but we see it every day in Nigeria. The potholes, the hospitals that lack x-ray machines. Some hospitals lack bed for patients. Some lack oxygen tanks. Some are not paying the doctors the money that they are supposed to pay them. We need to make better decisions when choosing our leaders because as you guys can see, they are disgracing us worldwide. Kenya is now making fun of us. So PDP, if you want people to vote for you, start by building a solid stage. And if the stage collapses, take responsibility. Stop blaming the other party. This is how you blame the other party if your government is not successful. Let's move on. I watched Atiku and Peter Obi on the candidates. First of all, I like to say that Atiku was more articulate than Buhari and his vice wasn't bailing him out like Osinbajo was bailing Buhari out. So kudos to them for that. Also to Atiku's credit, he has a microfinance bank in his state where farmers, especially women, are given loans. If all Nigerian thieves, I mean, I'm not saying that he's a thief, but if all the big people in Nigeria would do that, things would be much better than it is right now in Nigeria. Not only that, he said that he gives certain amount of money to the federal hospital in Yola to treat the less privileged when they come to the hospital, and I really appreciate that. Honestly, I wish all rich people would do that. Now, huge kudos to my sister in the Lord for asking Atiku and Obi the tough questions, even with the audience booing her.
I am going to ask the questions no matter how you shout, so you might as well just let me talk. I am going to ask the question.
Thank you so much, Jerry, my sister. I've seen some Nigerians saying that, oh, she was sponsored by APC. Some said that, oh, she was doing interrogations. She wasn't doing interview. They said that she was friendly with Buhari. Why was she hard on Atiku? I was like, shoo, look at these people. First of all these people need to get out of Nigeria and see how journalists outside Nigeria grill their officials. By the way, these were the same people that were praising this woman after she interviewed Buhari and Osinbajo the other time. They said that she disgraced Buhari, she has tough questions, whatever. But now that she talked about their candidate, suddenly they became defensive, enemies of progress.
What, in your view, is corruption?
Corruption is the use of your privileged position to either enrich yourself or enrich your relatives or even your friends.
Wait, didn't he say just recently that he would enrich his friends?
And I'm also not going to enrich members of my family, but my friends. Are my friends not entitled to be enriched?
The man is confusing me. This one is confusing me. So then she asked Atiku why he's running for president.
I am a candidate for the future. I try to bridge the current generation with the future generation.
Alhaji Atiku has talked about the fact that he's a bridge between the future and the present. And yet he is, I believe, in his 70s.
Ooh, snap!
There was a time when you were very critical of candidates in their 70s.
She has a point. Atiku is 72, Buhari is 76. Also, the woman kept saying that Atiku's manifesto will clearly benefit the rich people. It will enrich the rich people. What about the common people?
You're trying to build a government for the rich, by the rich. Where are the plans for the poorest of the poor?
Let me give you just one illustration, what I try to do, locally. Kadaria, I set up a few years ago a microfinance bank.
Atiku didn't actually answer that question. He never said how he would create jobs. He said he started a microfinance bank in his state, which is great. I appreciate that. But he didn't explain how he would create the 12 million jobs that he's been promising since he started running. She also asked him about corruption, especially his wife's case.
What I can tell you is that my wife has never been indicted and she has never been charged.
Excuse me, Sir Alhaji. My wife has never been indicted. It's actually different from my wife never laundered money. As in, FBI doesn't just go into somebody's house. You get what I'm saying? Did you launder any money through your wife or not? Okay, never mind. So the woman also asked about his company making money off of Nigeria. At first, Atiku said that he only bought shares.
Certainly not, because it was an issue of share purchase. And at that point, it was very, very lawful for any public officer to purchase shares.
She had to correct him and say that, Mr. Man, you were the one that registered this company with your Italian partner.
It's not that this was an existing company in which you acquired shares. This is a company that you actually set up with an Italian shareholder, Mr. Volpi, and which you registered. And the primary job of that business was clearing and logistics.
And then he said what he did wasn't against the law at the time. That's actually not true. That is not true. Also, he said that his company was not a cargo company, that they don't do anything about cargo. He said they only undertake logistics in oil and gas till today.
Nicotes at that time was not registered as a clearing and forwarding agency. It was a registered company to undertake logistics in oil and gas. And that is what it still does. No more, no less.
Seriously, who were these people that were clapping? I don't get it. The devil is a liar. Why do you have cargo services listed on your company's website? I mean, the thing is still there. Can I just beg you, Alhaji Abubakar, please stop lying to us. We can't take anything but lies. There is God now. Also, why was the man denying that his company has a monopoly on the handling of oil and gas cargoes in Nigeria?
It was given monopoly for the oil and gas sector at a time when you were the Vice President of Nigeria.
There was no monopoly at all.
Calabar, Warri, One, all concessions to you. This is on your company website, by the way. This is not information from an outsider.
No,
I'm taking this from your company website.
But you should have also cross-checked to see whether what the company was saying is correct or not.
Your company made a mistake about the fact that they have a monopoly.
Is quite possible.
You don't mean it. You don't mean it. Your company's website made a mistake. I am so sorry. You don't mean it. It's funny that his running mate, Peter Obi, was also trying to be smart when the woman was asking him about diverting public funds to his family business.
You put money worth about 2 billion naira of the state money in a brewery.
I have no investment there, not 1 naira.
No.
If you see Peter Obi as owner of one share, I didn't say one share. It doesn't exist. I invested another 10 over several billions in banks, including banks where I have share.
Okay, I thought he said he had no share.
Took money belonging to Anambra state government and put it in a company in which your family has interest. That's what you're telling me.
Next is a family company started by my own parents. When I became governor, I had nothing to do with Nest.
Okay, so how much has your family made from the investment?
Thank you very much. I was investing for the future of the state.
Anyway, so when Atiku said that he borrowed the FCC money, was he talking about his personal money or he was talking about our money?
FCC did not even have the money in the budget to start operation. I borrowed them 300 million naira from the privatization proceeds.
Also, someone read Obasanjo's description of Atiku out loud.
His propensity to corruption, his tendency to disloyalty, his inability to say and stick to the truth all the time, his propensity for poor judgment, his belief and reliance on marabout, his lack of transparency, his trust in money to buy his way on all issues.
And they asked if Atiku would employ somebody with such a reference.
If the referee has changed his mind and says that the applicant is now the best applicant and I recommend him for the job.
Wow. The funny thing is, Kadaria asked Atiku if Obasanjo lied about him. Can you believe what he said?
Some of his allegations were quite specific. Did he lie about you?
I'm not here to say that. I'm not here to say that.
Whoa. So you can't even tell us that Obasanjo lied about you. Did you not hear what they said? He said that you were corrupt. You wouldn't even say you're not the kind of person that he described. Anyway, lastly, Atiku is willing to give amnesty to those who have embezzled our money if he becomes president.
Have you considered it?
Personally, yes. Personally, I have considered it.
Okay.
Why not?
You will realize that for a few Nigerians, this will be problematic.
Yes, it will
because
be.
It sounds like
it will be, but
a way of trying to allow those who've stolen money to get away with it.
What have they been able to achieve?
And I just want to know what you guys think about that. Should thieves in Nigeria be given amnesty so long as they give back some of the stolen money? And if you think that the thieves should be pardoned, would that courtesy also be extended to the small thieves? People who steal cell phones, people who steal goats, people who rob houses, people who rob in Oshodi the market, those that the crowd would normally lynch in the market, should they also be allowed to go scot-free if they bring back some of what they steal? I want to know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. This election is already interesting. Meanwhile, there are some people who are still trying to defend Buhari on how he suspended the Chief Justice Onage. I saw one of them using big grammar to defend Buhari. I said,
You cannot use your privileged position to sit and to try to abort judgment, to try and use, technical juggernaut and procedural hiccups, to block or to pervert the way of justice.
Nigerians, why do you like big grammars like that?
That is why we have to commend the president for coming out boldly. And I think it's not limited to Nigeria. If you go to United States of America, just 2018, for instance, in the state of West Virginia.
Wait, what? No, don't play it again. What do you mean, Aribi? Let's just move on. Let's pretend that is not happening. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Anyway, you guys, I don't know much. Guess what? I cannot let anybody come and pollute this show. I have little kids watching. Then yes, next time let's just speak small English, Anyway, you guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Meanwhile, the Vice President's helicopter crash landed when he went to Kogi State, that is Ogadino Melaye State. I'm very happy that the Vice President is okay. Everybody made it out alive, not just him, everyone on the helicopter, they all made it out alive. We're all very happy about that. But I'm starting to get worried because this is the second time that he would escape air crash in the last 7 months, just in the last 7 months. Something ain't right. Is it that they are using old planes or what?
Jesus.
Thank you very much, my brother. But it's not just Jesus. We need better helicopters. And also, did you guys see any ambulance? I didn't see any ambulance when this happened. I mean, I was thinking there would be ambulance and stuff like that. Anyway, we need to take care of our business, not just call on Jesus. Jesus has given us all that we need to take care of so many things. But we're very happy that the Vice President is okay. Let me know what you think about this. I can't wait for this election to be over. You guys not don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to the Gambia, my Gambia. I'm so excited to see that what they call the Senegal-Gambia bridge has finally opened. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gambia and Senegal have now been connected by a 1.9 kilometer long bridge. That's awesome, 1.1 mile long, which means people can literally walk from the Gambia to Senegal and from Senegal to the Gambia. How cool is that?
The dream has finally taken shape. The commissioning of the Senegal-Gambia bridge, which will facilitate even more trade between Senegal and the Gambia. The light concrete bridge over River Gambia, part of the Trans-Gambia Road Corridor, is the result of decades of delays and promises.
Congratulations to both countries. Now, the bridge was commissioned by presidents from both countries in the presence of citizens of both countries. And then at the end of the commission, people literally walked from Senegal to the Gambia.
To citizens of both countries, the Senegal-Gambia bridge comes as a welcome relief. We can be proud to have made this dream of several generations a reality.
How wonderful. Now, prior to this, if you're trying to go from Senegal to the Gambia, you will either have to drive 400 kilometers, which means you will spend about 4 hours on the road, or you will have to take a ferry. And you have to know what time the ferry would leave and what days which ferry is leaving. But with this new bridge, it takes less than 5 minutes to go from Senegal to the Gambia. Or you can even walk. This will definitely foster trade and all kinds of commercial activities between both countries. Honestly, I would love to see all of Africa connected by road someday. And they've been trying to build this bridge since the 70s, so it's wonderful to see that it finally came to fruition. And as we celebrate this bridge, I also like to remember about 1,000 people from both countries who died in 2002 when the ferry capsized. May their souls continue to rest in peace. But now with this bridge, we don't have to worry about incidents like that anymore. This is amazing. People can literally just drive to the other country. Once again, congratulations to both countries. We're so excited for you guys. You guys not don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Zambia. Father, this is a very interesting story, but a few weeks ago, some Zambian activists asked the US ambassador to Zambia to prevent the Zambian First Lady from going to America to receive the donation of 4 fire trucks. So a US-based organization known as the Los Angeles Lusaka Sister Committee decided to give 4 fire trucks to Zambia. This organization worked with the LA Fire Department and the LA County Fire Department, who actually donated these fire trucks, and they donated it to the country of Zambia via the First Lady's Foundation. Now, the problem is the First Lady decided to go to America to receive the fire trucks with a 25 people delegation. And you know, Zambians were like, why do we need to fly 25 people to America to receive 4 fire trucks? Keep in mind that among the delegates were bedroom attendants, cooks, cleaners, waiters. I don't even understand. I don't know why she needs a bedroom attendant or cook or cleaner or waiter when she will be staying in a hotel in America. And this is in addition to 7 police officers that would go with her, 4 journalists. Why do you need 4 different journalists to cover one event just because you are receiving a donation? And that is in addition to 3 secretaries, as well as 2 fire brigade officers, which is funny because I was actually thinking there would be more firefighters in this equation. Anyway, and then they had 1 communications officer and an accountant, all because they want to go and collect fire trucks in America. On top of that, they said that they would spend 2 weeks in America receiving fire trucks. 2 weeks, haba, eberolo, even in Zambia. Oh yeah, come on, eberolo. We should always fear God. Of course, Zambians were outraged, at least some of them, only for the government to say that the delegates were going with the first lady in order to go and assess if the fire trucks are in conformity with Zambian standard. I was like, really? The cook is going to assess the fire truck? I mean, we like to deceive ourselves. What's so funny is when I read the article, the government official kept saying this is a VVVIP trip. VVVIP. Anyway, I can understand Zambians being upset though, because when I checked the price of flight from Lusaka in Zambia to LA, it's like $1,600 per person. Now, maybe they got their own tickets cheaper, I don't know, but this was economy, and I know that the first lady would not sit in economy. So if they paid $1,600 for 25 people to go to America, that would be $40,000 on flight alone. Economy, again, they may find cheaper tickets, I don't know, but I also found tickets for like $2,000 and more. But you know, this calculation that I made is based on if they paid $1,600 per person. Also, hotel can be expensive in LA, you know, but again, let's assume they decided to stay in a $200 per night hotel, and I know that the first lady would not stay in such a cheap hotel. There are hotels for $600, $700 per night for regular rooms. So $200 for 14 days, that would be $2,800. For 25 rooms, since there are 25 people, that would be $70,000 for that. And of course, we know that the first lady will stay in some kind of executive suite. In any case, $40,000 plus $70,000, that's already $110,000 for flight and accommodation alone. Once again, these are just my calculations. I may be wrong. Now, let's assume that for food, they were spending $20 per meal. Again, I'm being economical about this. 3 meals in a day will be $60 per person, and for 2 weeks, that will be $840 per person times 25 people. That is $21,000. Add that to the hotel and flight fee. We are looking at about $131,000 in the name of going to receive fire trucks in America. Do you know that they could actually buy some used fire trucks in very good condition with that amount of money? Anyway, other people in Zambia were saying that she should have diverted that money into education, and that would change the lives of so many students, which I agree with. Now, when people started complaining in Zambia, the government said that the organization giving the fire trucks would also take care of some of the travel expenses, although they didn't tell us how much. But even if they did, why waste so much money? In any case, despite the outcry, the first lady went to America and she spent 2 weeks receiving ambulance, and they did the ceremony. This is a picture from the event. It wasn't supposed to be like a ceremony. It was just supposed to be, we give this to you, you know, 5 people maximum. They will still get their fire trucks. Then I was curious that the fire trucks must be new if they will spend that much money to go and collect these fire trucks. But you know, from the look of the pictures, especially the small one in that picture, it doesn't look new to me, only for me to find a news coverage of the event where they described the fire trucks.
Fire Chief Daryl Osby will be handing the keys of 4 recently retired fire engines, seen down below here, to representatives of the Republic of Zambia. Not 1, but 2 fire departments are saying goodbye to fire engines and equipment that have faithfully served the Los Angeles area for decades.
What? I'm so sorry. Apparently, these were fire trucks that they've been using for decades. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's just ridiculous. You spend all that money to go and collect trucks that they've been using for decades? Seriously? And then I saw one of the videos from the event where they specifically said that one of the fire trucks was from 1996. I was like, what?
The apparatus that we're donating is to my left, 1996 Seagrave. That just came out of service in Hollywood just a few months ago. It not only has been tuned up, We have hose, we have nozzles, we have fittings, we have ladders, we have rotary saws. That can hit the streets tomorrow and do its job.
So they say goodbye to these engines, but they are so happy to give them to the Republic of Zambia.
There's nothing wrong in collecting trucks that they've been using for decades, so long as they are in good condition. In fact, we will take them in Nigeria. But they could have minimized the expense of going to collect the fire trucks. By this time, I was really curious and I wanted to know what year were the other fire trucks. So I called the LA Fire Department and also the LA County Fire Department, and they were so nice to me. They told me that 2 of the fire trucks are from 1985, one is from 1995, and the last one is from 1996. So but they are in good condition. It's not like they are no longer in good condition. They are still in good condition. And to be honest with you, if the firemen were to sell those trucks, they can make a lot of money by selling those trucks here in the US. They still go for huge amount of money. So it's a wonderful thing that they decided to give it to Zambia. My only issue is how much money the government of Zambia spent in the name of coming to collect these fire trucks. I personally found some really good fire trucks online for much cheaper. Look at this one, for example, a 2002 fire truck for $43,000. 2002. In fact, I found another one for $60,000. Let's say they want a newer one. At the same time, I found a 2002 for $28,000. They would have bought 4 of that. This one is $35,000. At least they will buy 3 of that and save some money. In any case, I'm very happy that Zambians got 4 more fire trucks. I'm very happy for Zambians. I'm not an enemy of progress. But I want to know what you guys think about how they got the trucks. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Now, before I sign out, if you live in Texas and you're a Nigerian and you would want your children or your child to learn Yoruba language and you have no time to teach them, make sure you call Iya Gold in Dallas, Texas. This woman does all kinds of wedding MCs, especially the traditional wedding. Yes, and she is really, really good at it. But besides that, she also teaches Yoruba as a class for young people. So make sure that you call her today because her price is very reasonable. And also, your children will get to mix with other Nigerian kids that are learning the language. And the class actually starts this Saturday, February 2nd, because you know it's not fair for your children if they can't speak your native language and you take them home and people are abusing them in your language. How about that? Is not right. So make sure that you call Iya Gold and she will hook you up. You don't have to worry about it. She will take care of them for you. And if you have a wedding ceremony coming up this year and you need someone to MC your traditional wedding, give her a call. This woman is really good. Like for real, they fly her to London, they fly her all over America, and her price is very, very reasonable. She will even help you get all the materials that you need from the husband's family or from the wife's family, whatever you need for the Anna. Yes, she will help you to get everything. She will hook you up. Also, if you live in the US and you're yet to download Wave to send money to Nigeria, what are you waiting for? Download Wave so that you can send money for free to your loved ones in Nigeria. You can also use Wave to send money to Ghana, to Kenya, to Tanzania, and Uganda. Be sure to use my name Adeola as promo code so that they can add $5 to what you're sending to your loved ones the first time that you sign up and use the app. And if you've been using Wave, let me know about your experience in the comment section below. You guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. What's up, people? It's your girl Adeola. Move closer and make we yarn something. I got the best gist for you guys. Save the best for the last. Now you can send money to Nigeria without paying any fees. Download Wave. It's a free app. Link it to your debit card and you can start sending money to any Naira account in Nigeria. The money arrives in 5 minutes and you don't have to pay any fees. No wahala, no fees, no mago. Wait, breaking news. Sorry, my people, I have to go. There's breaking news in Lagos. Taxi! Alright, y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please make sure that you do that. Until next week, I must see you all later. Peace out.